Hi, grade fives. Today we're going to talk about patterns, and we're going to move on from what were called fancy patterns, which were the ones that were using shapes and colors and that sort of thing. And today we're going to do what's called numerical patterns, which is simply using numbers. You might actually find these a little bit easier because they're ones that you're more used to. So, when it comes to numerical patterns, we're just using numbers. And numerical patterns fit into two categories. They fit into increasing and decreasing. So, as you can imagine, increasing are patterns that are going up, and decreasing are patterns that are going down. Increasing patterns use addition and multiplication. Decreasing patterns use subtraction and division. Those are the basics of what you need to know for numerical patterns. So, for example, if I gave you a pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4, you can predict that the next numbers would be 5, 6, 7. The rule that you could write for this would be start at 1, and then add 1. This is also an increasing pattern because it's going up. Another pattern could be 2, 4, 8, 16. What do you think the next 3 elements might be? Well, if we look at what's happening between the first one and the second one, we see it's adding 2. This one's adding 4. This is adding 8. So it's not that obvious of an addition pattern. Now we do see that it's an increasing pattern, so we know it's going to use either addition or multiplication. If we take this element and multiply it by itself, we get 4. But if we took this element and multiplied it by itself, we would get 16. That doesn't work. This element doubled gives us 4. 4 doubled gives us 8. 8 doubled gives us 16. 16 doubled gives us 32. 32 doubled gives us 64. And 64 doubled gives us 128. So the rule for this pattern can be start at 2 and then multiply by 2, because as we know, doubling is simply multiplying by 2. And again, it's an increasing pattern. Now, what about decreasing patterns? Sometimes they can be a little bit more challenging, but that doesn't mean it's something we can't handle. So, for decreasing, let's say these are my first elements of my decreasing pattern. 100, 97, 94, 91. What do we think my next 3 might be? Well, we know it's decreasing, so it has to be subtraction or division. If we subtract 3 from 100, we get 97. If we subtract 3 from 97, we get 94. If we subtract 3 from 94, we get 91. So I think my rule must be subtract 3. That would give us 88, 85, and 82. to complete the pattern. Then I can write my rule, which is start at 100, and then subtract 3. And it's a decreasing pattern. Now, I'm going to take us up to the first page of today's assignment, right here. Numerical patterns are patterns using only numbers. A pattern rule can be used to extend a numerical pattern. So, example, extend the growing number pattern. Write a rule for the pattern. So here's the pattern, 0, 3, 6, 9, 12. That's the pattern that the student was given. The student finished in the pattern by writing 15, 18, 21. Then the student wrote the rule. The rule is to add 3 to the last number. Okay? You don't have to indicate each time whether it's increasing or decreasing, but you do need to remember that with numerical patterns, we're using numbers. They're either increasing a pattern or decreasing a pattern. Once you figure out whether it's increasing or decreasing, then you can decide which operation to use. Good luck this afternoon, or whenever you get this work done. On the last page of the work is a challenge question. Do your best to see if you can figure out that pattern. Have a great day, grade 5s.